Welcome to the show. I'm Kathy Ireland. Capturing the perfect taste through perfect seasoning is difficult, but the right ingredients can turn any dish into something special. Co-founders Dr. Mike Hernandez and Manny Hernandez from Casa M Spice are here to talk about their original customized spice blends and their mission to bring more flavor to the world. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you,
Thanks for having us.
Now, Mike, I understand that your background is in chemistry. How did you come to work in the food industry?
That's a long story. It started when I was in high school graduating, and I knew that I either wanted to go to the CIA and become a chef or go to graduate school and become a PhD chemical physicist and blow stuff up with lasers. While blowing stuff up with lasers is definitely a guy thing and one out, I always did chemistry in the kitchen all along the way. Fast forward through 2 or 3 careers and a brief layoff of retirement. I'm back into the kitchen with these, and the whole time along the way, I've been doing chemistry in the kitchen with these spices and refining them.
And Mike, how does your scientific experience inspire the Casa M Spice blends?
I use what I learned when I was at Tulane about research all the time, specifically with these spices and spice blends. It helps me to figure out how to layer flavors and how to pick flavors that are complementary, that make the spices shine in certain circumstances. Take our whole hog, for example. This particular blend is made for pork, and we have chili heat that makes it a little bit hot on the Scoville scale, but we balance it with a sweet flavor from the ginger that we put in there that makes it really perfectly adapted for pork.
And Manny, how do you and Mike discover new flavors while you're traveling?
Well, we do have 2 passions, one of them being travel, and the other one, of course, is our new company, the spice blends that we put together. The great thing about Mike and I is that we do have a similar palate, so regardless of where we are in the world, we are not shy about trying new foods and trying new cuisines. And whether we're in a Michelin star restaurant or we're at a local small mom and pop restaurant serving the local cuisine, we're not hesitant to ask what sort of spices are they using to enhance this flavor? What exactly is it that we're tasting? And if we find something that we think would be a good fit with our spice blend, one of the first things we do when we come back to the US is we see if we can source that. And then we'll try that. Once it arrives, we immediately go into the kitchen and start blending it with our spices just to see what sort of product, what it does to our product. We're really excited. I think we actually perfected the chain reaction when we were in the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. So we actually worked with the local chef there, and we noticed that her food had this amazing flavor. It had a nice heat to it. And so we asked her, what is the spice that you're using? Eventually we learned it was the chili arbol that she was using, and then we were able to source that in the States and incorporate that into our recipe. That happened a few years ago, and I think at that point is when we really truly perfected this spice, which is of course the foundation for all others.
Excellent. I love the names too.
Thank you.
Great.
Chain reaction is the homage to my physics background.
Love that.
Casa M Spice is dedicated to helping cooks of all backgrounds and abilities create great chemistry in the kitchen. The team works hard to create the highest quality product and develop a brand experience that's more than just flavor. It's also about how food brings family and fun together.
The Casa M company culture is really built around Mike and Manny. So they are extremely warm people who their idea of hospitality is making everybody feel like family. And since Mike loves to cook so much, the brand really was an extension of not only his recipes, but also the warmth of them in terms of making people feel at home, making people feel welcome over a home-cooked meal. And that extends to the brand because the way that we treat our employees and also the way we treat our customers is we want them to feel like a part of our family.
Well, the Casa M company is all about friends, food, family, and fun. And we try to bring this same feeling to our customers. They are an extension of our family. We want them to be able to bring these flavors home to their own friends and family and extend these good memories and good flavors to everyone.
Mike, can you talk about the research and development process? How long did it take for you and Manny to develop your spices?
That's a great question. We started in about 1999, 2000, and it was called the Seasonal. And it was originally mostly a Cajun blend because when I graduated from Tulane and moved on, I was missing those Cajun flavors that you get in New Orleans. And I was looking to make something that was more flavorful without the salt content that a lot of the Cajun seasonings have. And we started making our seasonal. And then as Manny and I started traveling, we incorporated flavors from the desert Southwest and from the Yucatan Peninsula, and we finally finished Chain Reaction up in about 2015. The rest of the blends came from Chain Reaction and developed as a result of that.
And how did the name Casa M Spice, how did that come about?
Casa M is the house of Manny and Mike. And so when we had visitors, guests come over for gatherings, we were sharing the hospitality that is Casa M. And so when we decided to market the line of spices, we were really sharing the hospitality of Casa M with the world. It really made sense for us to call it the Casa M Spice Company.
And Manny, how is Casa M Spice creating a fully branded experience?
Well, as Mike just mentioned, when folks were to come over, whether they be colleagues, friends, family, we of course always used our spice blend, but we always found that the conversation always ended up, or at least a portion of that conversation, what is a spice? What have you used this time? Or what are you doing now with the spices? Or I noticed a different flavor. So there was a lot of questions, and we realized that there was a market there. And so that was truly the inspiration for us coming up with the Casa M brand. We do try to promote good food, good time, and great flavor.
The spice blends from Casa M Spice are crafted deep in the heart of Texas with natural, flavorful ingredients and no fillers. With a choice between original blends for mild flavor and uncontrolled blends for extra heat, it's easy to find the perfect seasoning for any meal.
Our lifestyle that we're promoting to people is the active chef, the active cook, the barbecue enthusiast. And so all of our spices are low sodium and they're not that hot, so you can actually spice confidently is what we say. And so what we're really selling is not spice per se, but we're really selling confidence in the kitchen.
And Mike, we're looking at the complete Casa M Spice collection. Can you tell us about each one?
Absolutely. Everything starts with Chain Reaction.
Okay.
So Chain Reaction is our base flavor for every one of our blends.
And what do you recommend putting that on?
Chain Reaction is good on everything. The only thing that we have not tried it on is ice cream.
Okay.
We figured that might be a little bit of a stretch, but for the most part, everything else.
Salads?
Salads.
Okay.
Cucumbers, gin and tonics with cucumber.
Oh, wow.
Rim the glass
Okay.
with Chain Reaction. Micheladas, Bloody Marys, margaritas, all vegetables that we've ever tried. Just about anything, any kind of protein.
Great.
Chain Reaction is awesome.
Okay.
It comes in 3 different flavors because we figured out quickly that Manny and I have a palate that is more attuned to hotter foods.
Very
So
true.
what we actually developed first was uncontrolled Chain Reaction. We have Chain Reaction that is our middle of the line. Uncontrolled Chain Reaction is 2 times the chili, 2 times the heat. Controlled Chain Reaction is half the chili, half the heat. So the same flavor profiles, just twice as much chili in the uncontrolled, half the chili in the controlled. So that's Chain Reaction. Then when we started smoking specific meats, like Texas is really big on brisket. Cattle Drive was our #1 go-to for brisket. It's very heavily loaded with black pepper flavors, onion, garlic. It does a fantastic bark on the brisket because we have just a touch of sugar in it that caramelizes on the outside of the meats. So that's Cattle Drive. We have Free Range, which is barbecue chicken in a can. Rub your chicken with Free Range and you get barbecue chicken without the mess of having to paint the barbecue sauce on a chicken as it's cooking. And then Good Shepherd was developed for lamb chops. Lamb lollipops are one of my favorites, and leg of lamb. But it's really, really good on pork, it's good on chicken. We found that all of the customer feedback that we get is, we know that it's supposed to be for this, but we love it on that. So we get really good feedback from the clients on all of that. Hooked is our only coarse blend, and that's why it comes in a glass jar like this, because it doesn't come out of the shakers when you shake it. It's for all types of seafood, but as Mom would tell us, it's really good on eggs as well.
Okay.
And then our last one is Whole Hog, and Whole Hog is the bomb on anything pork. Designed specifically for ribs and for pulled pork, but really good, as Mom will tell you, on pork chops, on popcorn and eggs and everything else.
Great, excellent. And Manny, can you talk about the feedback that you've received on Casa M Spices?
It's been overwhelmingly positive. I would say it's also unique depending on who that customer is. So if it's the novice griller or the novice cook, the feedback we get is the spices allow them to put together a meal that has great flavor on the plate, regardless of their skill set. And it does allow them an opportunity to focus on other areas of their cooking or their grilling skills. So they're very happy about the product. To those who are conscious about eating healthy, the feedback we get is that it's a great product with low sodium. Unlike some of the many other products that exist, they're either rated as low sodium or very low sodium. So they're very happy about that. The master chefs of the world and the master grillers that are out there, one of the first things we see is it's something that is unique, it's different, it's something that is not on the market. And they love the low salt content because it allows them to salt the protein to their preference.
The customers are really excited because they feel like they're part of the Casa M Spice family. They feel like we're personable, and that's what we strive to do.
What I love most about the work that I do at Casa M Spice Company would be just knowing that I play a small role in bringing people together. We all know that food brings people together and families as well. And just knowing that people use our spices and they like them is very rewarding to me.
Mike, what sets Casa M Spice products apart from other commercial spice blends?
The biggest thing is that they're low sodium. We love the fact that they are palatable directly from the can, so when you want to taste them, you shake them onto your hand and taste directly, and you're not going to get blown out by salt or fillers or other individual flavors because they're so well layered in terms of putting them together. That allows you as the chef or grill master to figure out exactly what flavor is in this blend, and then how much you want to use or how little you want to use on an individual dish. You're not tied to the salinity or the amount of sodium that is in those spice blends.
Manny, can you talk about the culture at Casa M Spice? What makes your team so unique?
You know, I think one thing that sets Casa M Spice apart from not only other spice companies, but corporations in general, is we truly value the opinion of our staff, and we want to hear from them. And we want them to not only take ownership of their own processes and areas of the business, but we also want to involve them at the executive level when we're making bigger decisions that can have an impact for the organization as a whole. So basically we're asking them to act as though they are owners of the company, because in essence they are. We have actually carved out a percentage of the company that belongs to our staff. So everybody on the team is an owner of Casa M Spice.
I think that Casa M Spice Go is going to explode. I mean, all of the products are fantastic, and I haven't tried anything else like it. I'm excited to just walk into the store and see us on a shelf and see where that takes us.
Well, Mike and Manny, it sounds like Casa M Spice has brought new and exciting flavors into many people's lives. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Kathy. We appreciate it.
Thank you. And thank you for watching. I'm Kathy Ireland.